Hi everyone, Natasha here and around my home today. I am in the kitchen at my favorite window and I just wanted to share with you a quick update on some things I've changed about how I'm using my Unbound planner. And the first thing you'll notice is I have two planners here. So what I've added to the mix is just an old planner I had lying around, one I had used for a while and then stopped using. So it's a day designer. It was a monthly daily planner for July 20, July 2016 to June 2017. So it was an academic year planner and I used it for a while and liked it, but as it goes with daily planners, there were lots of days that I didn't need it and then it felt kind of too much because I wasn't using it every day, but I hung on to it and I'm kind of glad I did. And I'll show you that in just a second because that's kind of given me a little new breath of fresh air in my planning routine, which I'm enjoying. So I still have my Unbound planner and I'm still doing things pretty much the same. I've kind of tweaked a little bit and that's what I wanted to show you today. So let me flip ahead to the following week, which I'm currently setting up and working on planning. So this is for next week in my planner. A couple of things I've done is I have a little magnetic bookmark I got from a friend and I actually keep that on the week that I'm using, partly because it helps me turn that page a little easier and helps me find it even if I've got my bookmarks in the wrong place. So I'm still doing my setup here where I have my zone cleaning, my errand list, my contact list. I decided to add back in my self-care list here just because I like keeping it fresh in front of me to remind me to do some things. So I'll list out, besides maybe a manicure and a polish change, I'll list things like my different face masks that I like to do. I have a Jordan Essentials one that's a clay mask, bentonite clay mask. I have one that's a charcoal mask, and I have an older one that's not in the catalog anymore that is a alpha berry hydroxy mask, so I'm still using that up. And even just things like take a nap, whatever I need for the day. And then I've added that to my daily habits just to remind myself to do my self-care as often as I can. I'm still using this all pretty much the same. Is there anything else? I'm working on this grounded Bible study and I can link to that below. I'm not affiliated or anything. I just follow the Minimal Mom here on YouTube. And she and her sister are doing this Bible study for the month of August, which I'm enjoying. And I think everything else is pretty much the same. I've added this 15-minute work outside just to remind me to get out and do something. If it's pull weeds for a few minutes or make sure I'm watering everything that needs to be watered or just keep an eye out on how things are doing or just, maybe pick a few blooms and bring them inside to enjoy for a couple of days. So that's my little reminder section there. And I have also started using this blank note section at the top for what it's intended for, some weekly reflection and notes. The last couple of weeks I jotted down just some thoughts at the end of the week, and it has been nice to add that little bit of journaling in. I was trying to make it more complicated by figuring out some other book to do it in, and the space is right there, so I'm using it for what it's intended for, which has been nice. Okay, so this is kind of the next phase of what I have tweaked a little bit about my planning. So I will link down below the video that I watched from Organized Little Lady, and it inspired me to try a similar spread in my Unbound planner. So she was talking about how she was moving to a new phase of life and felt like she needed to plan a little bit differently. And as school is approaching and we're finding out little details here and there about how it's going to be starting, we just found out yesterday that it will be a hybrid model to start with, at least for the first 4 weeks. So there'll be some days in school and some days learning at home, which is fine. Well, now we know, and I can start figuring out what our plan is for that. I really feel for the families that have two full-time working parents. I'm very blessed in that I do a lot of part-time work and I have a pretty flexible schedule and flexible and understanding bosses, or I work for myself. So that has made this transition a lot easier for me. It's just going to be setting up some new routines and schedules. So anyway, in saying all of that, I felt like I just kind of needed to revamp how I was planning. And when I saw her video, it struck a chord and I knew that's what I wanted to try. So she has divided things out in her planner based on the areas of her life that she is involved in. So And I kind of did this before, but I didn't have it so broken down. And in doing it, it's helped me so much. So I whited out the 3 to-do boxes at the top, which is supposed to be for your priorities for the day. But I always found that to be a little redundant, and then I would forget to reference it because I would just focus in on this list anyway. So the last couple of weeks, my friend said, why don't you just not use those and make this box for something else? And that's what I've been doing. So I have my Fly Lady daily reminder. So each day of the week has its own daily focus. So of course, Monday is weekly home blessing hour. Tuesday is plan and play, and I use that to pay bills. Wednesday is anti-procrastination day, and that light bulb just reminds me to do those things that I keep forgetting to do. Thursday is errand day, and that's when I do typically go grocery shopping. Friday is clean out your car and purse day. Saturday is family day, and I know that's a bed, but it kind of also looks like a couch or a sofa to me, so I kind of use it just to remind me to rest no matter what and enjoy family time. And then Sunday is Renew Your Spirit Day. Then I've also used the space for my personal days from the Louise Hay Colors and Numbers book, and I'll link a couple of my videos down below where I talk more about that, but I just have those numbers written in to remind me what day it is for me, which tells me what color outfit I'm going to be wearing and the affirmation for the day. And then my weather. So filling in the weather as the week is approaching is kind of a nice way just to sort of help myself plan for what's coming up and think about what we need to do each day. Then I'm using this first section for basically my schedule. So anything that's recurring that I know I need to do, any appointments I have, that all gets placed in that first box. Then I have other sections broken down, and I just gave myself 3 options or 3 to-do boxes, and I've liked that because it helps me be realistic about what I can get done in a day. And because I have the several areas in my life, it's also helping me feel like I'm being a bit more balanced in what I'm getting done. So even if I just get one thing done in each area, I feel like I've done pretty well, and I've kind of touched on all the things that are important to me, and I don't feel as overwhelmed when I look at the list trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing. So I have a home section, a social section, meaning social media. So things I need to post either with my Jordan Essentials business or posting YouTube videos or Instagram posts, just general social media. My JE business, so any follow-ups I need to do, orders I need to place, planning I need to do goes in there. Other is just any of my other things in my life. So it could be my volunteer jobs that I have. It could be one of my other part-time jobs. It could just be random stuff around the house. If I have an overflow from any of these areas, it can go there. And then personal, I'm using mostly for things I want to focus on as personal growth items. So doing that Bible study, making sure I do some self-care. It's kind of a loose interpretation there as well. And then the bottom section is for gratitude, which is how I've always used it. The little gratitude title is there, and it always kind of bugged me that it kind of impeded on the Monday list, but then it wasn't in any of the other boxes. So just whiting that out and making the title over here on the side has even helped me feel like the spread works a little bit better for me. I still use my meal section, and I'm still doing the metabolic renewal system and using this as like a loose guideline for what we're having based on their menu plan. And of course the don't forget section, and I'm getting better about just using this as is and kind of focusing in on the main couple of things I want to make sure happen this week. So that is kind of the first phase of my planning, is just to jot down things in the different areas on any given day. And as you can see, I've already kind of gone through some of my home cleaning tasks. So I try to do a load of laundry every day, and it just helps me to know these are the ones I typically always do on the same day, and then I can just do colors and whites and darks and all the other ones as I go through the week. And then my swish and swipe, I have 3 main bathrooms that I clean, so it just helps me to go through, make sure those are getting done at least once a week. And then any of my zone cleaning items, I've kind of jotted those down, but it could be for whatever projects you have going on. For instance, this week I'm working on refinishing a section of our kitchen countertop. So I hope to have a video about that in a little while, just kind of sharing how that's going, what we changed and why, and showing you the finished update. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, so now let me step over to the other planner and I'll kind of show you how these are working in tandem together. So in my day designer, in the daily planner, let me show you, make sure you can see everything. It barely fits in the screen, but I think it's gonna work. So here's what I've kind of been doing, and this gives you an example of what a blank page looks like. So as you can see, these are from December. I'm just kind of using this little today tab that I made to find my way in the planner. But normally it would have an hourly schedule from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m., a top 3 today's to-do items, a quote, a list of to-dos, a list for notes, tonight, and gratitude. And so I've been using my lovely whiteout and some stickers and just having a little fun with planning and doing some creative planning, and created a spread that works a little bit better for me. And granted, this is a Saturday, so I don't have as much going on. But what I like about it is I can just adjust it each day depending on what I do have going on. So taking my list of things that'll be on any given day, I can take those items and decide what's most likely that I'm going to get it done in the morning, what's most likely that I'm going to get it done in the evening. If it's errands, I can even schedule those in on the day, and just in general have a picture of how my day's roughly going to go. Of course, it's all just a concept and it could change at any moment, but it does help me to focus in on what are the important things I need to get done in the morning, and then what can I try for in the afternoon. I've just been doing a little fun sticker here that kind of goes with the day, and then this has been my meal plan, more just to remind me what I need to prep, if there's anything I need to thaw, or start chopping vegetables early on so that I'm ready for that. So this is how I've laid it out, and I'm just using a pen or a marker to time block in the schedule. And again, then I've added this checklist for morning and this checklist for afternoon, and that has helped me just break up my day and focus in on what I can do in the chunks of time that I have to work on things. So that is how I'm using this planner along with my Unbound Planner. And if I have a busy day and I don't get up to this daily plan and doing all the pretty stickers and everything, then I just go back to this Unbound Planner, and that still works for me too, because this is still really a good functional planner and a nice system, especially having these shorter sections where I just focus in on a couple of things in each area of my life, see what I can get done, and let go of trying to get it all done, and have a very realistic approach to my to-do list. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks for joining me. Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried doing this kind of tandem approach where you have a weekly plan and a daily plan. And if so, what seems to work the best for you? Because I'm always curious to hear about how other people plan and what works for them, and it always helps inspire me and give me new ideas. So I appreciate you watching. I hope you're doing fine and well wherever you are, and I'm sending you my love and well wishes. Have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.